We have 11 amazing restaurants featuring a wide variety for every price range and appetite. South Point's Garden Buffet has something for everyone at unbeatable prices. Or, if hunger strikes in the middle of the night, join us at Coronado Cafe. The American menu offers breakfast, lunch, or dinner 24 hours a day, plus a Chinese kitchen for authentic Chinese dishes from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. From steak and eggs to wonton soup, it's fast and friendly service 24/7. When you need a quick pick-me-up, you can find it at our state-of-the-art Starbucks just inside the main South Point entrance. Order ahead with the Starbucks app for easy mobile order pickups. Or enjoy your favorites in the relaxing dining area anytime, day or night. If you love Mexican food, Baja Miguel's has all of your south-of-the-border favorites. There are dozens of classics to choose from, like fajitas, ceviche, chimichangas, tacos, and more. And for spirit lovers, Baja's colorful non-smoking tequila bar is right outside.
I'm former Major League pitcher Andy Pettitte. I teamed up with Tunnel to Towers after seeing their life-changing work with military and first responder families. Now we're expanding our mission to help veterans struggling with homelessness. We want to help them rebuild their lives not only by giving them a home, but by providing the services they need. Please join me in donating at t2t.org.
My name is Wally Joyner. I was a first baseman for the Angels, Padres, Royals, and Braves. I give the Tunnel to Towers because of what they provide for the veterans, the military, the first responders, the police, the firemen who go out and put their lives in danger for our freedoms. I think it's an incredible charity, an incredible foundation. Their goals of helping the families that protect us. I'm asking you to support the Tunnel to Towers Foundation. The foundation is committed to delivering mortgage-free homes to catastrophically injured service members, Gold Star, and fallen first responder families with young children. Never forget.
Night racing's best bets are at Los Alamitos Racecourse. The Los Alamitos early and late pick fours with outstanding pools and big payouts. Here are some of our recent pools. The pool is over $214,000 on June 23rd. And over $240,000 on May 26th. And the late pick four often has pools of over $150,000. And remember, a $10,000 pick six promo on Sundays. Night racing's best bets are at Los Alamitos, Saturday and Sunday nights.
The following is a Race Day Las Vegas presentation in association with Siraco Productions Limited on the Race Day Las Vegas Radio Network.
Live from the gaming capital of the world, time for Race Day Las Vegas, covering the sport of kings with a Las Vegas perspective. Now to the race desk with your host, Ralph Siraco.
From the backstretch to the turf club, at the race books and on the internet, to all horse players around the world, a good morning. Alrighty, good morning everybody. Welcome to the Race Day Las Vegas radio program for this Friday as we ramp up for another great weekend of thoroughbred racing coast to coast right here from our vantage point in Las Vegas, in your gaming capital of the world. We welcome you to the show. We come to you live and direct from Las Vegas, from the South Point Hotel Casino Complex on the Las Vegas Boulevard right here, and of course from the South Point Studios streaming at YouTube. I want to remind all of you folks there at YouTube that if you haven't tried us already, try us. Go to YouTube, hit South Point Studios, and then you'll get on the page, and then you'll start watching our show. and then you'll see the little chat box on the side that you can join by just subscribing. Subscription is free. Okay, once you subscribe, then you can start chatting with others and, talk about us or not, talk about each other, pick horses, etc. It's a great chat box for the Race Day listeners, and it's available right there. YouTube, South Point Studios, Race Day, subscribe, chat box. That's what you got to do, and it's all free of charge. And we welcome all of our listeners here in town running around this morning on this last day of the work week, so to speak, at our radio station anchor, our Sports Talk 1400 AM and 107.1 FM. That is our radio station anchor here in Las Vegas. I want to remind everybody, too, out there that our Sports Talk 1400 AM will be broadcasting all of the USC college football games this year and all of the NFL Ram games this year. Okay, keep that in mind. That'll be at Sports Talk 1400 AM here in Las Vegas, 107.1 FM as well. And, of course, we have all of our websites, racedaylasvegas.com, .vegas.world, .global, iPhone, Android, with the KSHP app that you can hear us, and the YouTube app that you can hear and see us on your iPhones or Androids, and anywhere else you get your podcasting. We're there. So we welcome you to the show, however, wherever, whenever. Okay, it's Friday. At this time of the year, Del Mar has a twilight card, but here's the deal. We're getting towards the end of, August. We're going to be pushing into September, and the days are going to get shorter. And Del Mar has no lights to speak of as far as lights that you can race under the lights for racing. And so because of the shorter days, not much, but they're getting a little shorter right now. They get a little shorter every day. Today's first post time, instead of 4 p.m. Pacific, it's going to be 3 p.m. Pacific. So today's first post time at Del Mar is 3 o'clock Pacific time. And, of course, starting next week on the Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday racing cards, I should say on the Thursday, Saturday, Sunday racing cards, Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday, post times will be back up half an hour. It'll be 1:30. And, of course, on Friday, again, it'll be 3 o'clock. So those are the new post times out there at Del Mar, where the turf meets the surf. And, of course, Saratoga, all we have to worry about at Saratoga is the rain, as if it came again yesterday, surprisingly so, right in the middle of the day. The rains came, and it came hard and fast. So here's the deal. What happened yesterday at Saratoga? Racing was going along fine, track, fast, turf, firm, all that good stuff. And then we get to the sixth race of the 10 races on the card. And as soon as they ran the sixth race, which was a race for maiden 2-year-old fillies, won by She Got Will, a first-time starter trained by Mark Cassey, ridden by Dylan Davis, who's having a heck of a solid meet there at Saratoga. Horse paid $24 even, and was owned by Gary Barber. So that just after that race, it started raining. And I should reclassify that. It was pouring rain. And that rain came hard and fast. And before they could run the featured seventh race, the Rick Violet, it was so bad that they had to wait in the paddock because there was lightning in the area. And then after that happened, they went and they did run this race on the turf course. Thought for a moment there they were going to take it off the turf, but they ran it on the turf course. But before they started that seventh race, which was the start of the late pick 4, they notified everybody at the racetrack that the 9th and 10th races that were scheduled for the turf were coming off the turf. Okay, where they were coming off the turf. Now, it gave the folks who wanted to play the pick 4 just little time to re-handicap for those last 2 races to put their pick 4 tickets in, but they did announce it before the pick 4 started. Pick 5 was already underway. Pick 6 was already underway. You know what that means. It means the last 2 races on the card were alls in your pick 5 and your pick 6, which obviously watered them down. In any case, the Rick Violet at 1 mile and 1/16 on the Mellon turf course was run. The winner there was Courtly Banker. John Velasquez aboard, getting his second win of the day for Barclay Tag. And the Saratoga stable, if you remember those famous silks, were carried by the famous Funny Side. And so they won with Courtly Banker, paying $7.90, outrunning Fight Catu and Finishing third in the race was Cable Ready. That in the Rick Violet. And so they ran the 8th race. Winner Mike Maker trained Cookie Creek, paying $3.80. The 9th race, rescheduled at a mile on the main track, won by Tom Tomacon, paying $8.20. And the 10th and final race, run on the main track at 5.5 furlongs from the turf. That horse, Riley Jean, paid $10.80. But by that time, the pick 6 and pick 5, the late pick 5, were really decimated. So there were alls in those 2 races. Anyhow, the pick 5 pays $54.50. The pick 6 paid $1,203.50, while the pick 4, that did not have the all option because it was the announcement for the change of the racing surface was before the pick 4 started, although very late in the game. That pick 4 paid $765.75. Other winners yesterday at Saratoga, first race, 2-year-old maiden race, won by Manhattan Twist. It was a solid winner for Todd Pletcher, a first-time starter. Jose Ortiz aboard, paying $6.70. Rudy Rodriguez came with a nice winner in the second race. His Scuttlebuzz for Jose Lascano won the second, paying $34. The third race was the filthy favorite. Pentathlon gets up to win. Joel Rosario for Shug McGahee at $2.40. Wesley Ward uncorked the fourth race winner, Minstrel. John Velasquez, first win of the day, paying $7.70. And the fifth race, maiden race, very stormy. Luis Saez riding that there for Bruce Levine, paying $16.20. And again, Mark Casse had that first-time starter in the sixth race, paying $24. So that kind of put the cap on what happened yesterday at Saratoga. But that rainstorm came hot and heavy right before the feature race yesterday at Saratoga. Well, no weather conditions at Del Mar, but handicapping conditions maybe. In the first race at Del Mar, John Lindo's pick got such a bad beat. This horse got just missed in the first race. Pioneer Prince held on to win for Mike Smith. The filthy favorite paid $4 even. John Lindo's pick, Lahania Flavor, was closing fast, closing real fast, but just missed, finished second. Second race there, Love Our Family with Armando Aguilar wins for Steve Knapp at $6.40. Third race winner, Peace Lane. Peter Miller's first of 2 wins on the day, paid $8.20 with Mr. Rispoli aboard. Fourth race for 2-year-old maiden claimers. The winner there was Just Trust Me, who got up in the final jump. I mean, this horse came from nowhere and got up to just win. Just Trust Me, Tyler Bays' first winner of the Del Mar meeting for Tyler Bays. $5 even for the win there. You got the fifth race, Disco Tribute for Rispoli's second win of the day. Craig Delassie training there, paid $8.80. Delassie's having a hell of a meet. He's already got 5 wins at the meet. He's batting 36% winners there at Del Mar. Then in the sixth race, Here Comes Braylon, wins in a controversial inquiry with no change. Here Comes Braylon was head and head with Bartholdi, which was Rich Eng's pick, and then he bumped him, knocked him, bumped into him, and Bartholdi dropped back about a head off of, and then re-rallied and came back, and it was a bobbing of the noses. It went to Here Comes Braylon, but I thought it was enough to affect the outcome of the race with that bump. But the steward said there was, bumping was on both sides of the equation there. So he finished second in the inquiry, no change. And Here Comes Braylon gave Kent DeSormo his first win of the meeting, paying $60.80 in the upset. Then you had the seventh race winner, Andiamo Ragazza, who came from off the pace to win. Peter Miller's second win, $7.60 with Relu Gutierrez aboard. And the final race, Triple Pass, Juan Hernandez, the big favorite there, $2.80 the win for Mike McCarthy. Now, you have an $8.80 winner, a $60.80 winner, a $7.60 winner, and a $2.80 winner in the last race. We keep telling you about the Lindo report. He gets selections in all the races, and he has the suggested late pick 4 every day. That suggested late pick 4 won. It was a $40 ticket. It won. That pick 4 came back $650 right there on the Lindo report yesterday. And I'll give you a topper on that. he had 2 horses picked in the last race. The winner and the second place finisher, they got beat by just about a head to a neck. That second place finisher, if that horse would have won, his suggested pick 4 would have paid over $5,600 for a 50-cent bet on the same $40 outlay. Lindo ran first and second on his selections there at the Lindo Report. Got to get it here, only here at the South Point, free of charge. And, of course, it is complimentary to the race players because they love race players here. They want you to win money here. And so it goes. So that's just what happened with Del Mar and at Saratoga yesterday. But we got the Friday cards to worry about today at Del Mar and Saratoga. And want to just do a couple of quick items of news first. Now, you know, Belmont Park had already said, New York Racing Association had already said that when Belmont Park reopens with its new track, that in the wintertime, because they're going to get rid of Aqueduct, you know that. In the wintertime, they're going to use that synthetic inner track at Belmont for winter racing. They've already said that. Horsemen are not really enamored about that, but they already said that. So you got the synthetic track working in the wintertime at Belmont Park. Now news comes that Santa Anita, you know, their inner training track is a synthetic, the tappet of footing as well. They are saying that in the wintertime at Santa Anita, when they have inclement weather, they're going to run on that inner course. Now, that inner course is 6.5 furlongs. You can run 6.5 furlongs. You can run mile races. But they are telling everybody right now that they're going to use the training. They're exploring, they say, using the training track for the tappet of footing in inclement weather days in Southern California. So they are pushing closer and closer and off inclement weather and cold weather, etc., to use the synthetic racetracks at the major racetracks. So keep an eye on that, that's for sure. Talking about Belmont Park, of course, Belmont at the Big A will start in September, the middle of September. It goes September 13th through November the 3rd. They're going to have 50 stakes races there because it's the Belmont Park stakes schedule. And out of those 50 stakes races there, there'll be 6 Breeders' Cup winning your races there as well. All right, we have Jonathan Ardoon with us today, Rich Eng, Jerry Jackowitz, and John Lindo. Got to ask John Lindo about that real new bet, that 3 trifectas in a row, the 3x3 bet. Got to ask him what happened there as well. So we're just starting on this Friday show. Don't go away. We're going to take our first break, and when we come back, your menu, your handicappers, and some more news, and we'll check out the chatters as well. So get chatting over there. We'll be right back.
From the South Point studio, the perfect blend of sports.
But I think the Niners are going to wear them down. Detroit Pistons lost their 36 games.
Comedy.
See over-under on that relationship lasting. I'm going to put mayo in the coffee.
Yes.
I am beautiful.
And a whole lot of Pittsburgh.
In Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh. Yeah. Pittsburgh.
Join Ryan McCormick.
That's at least 2 picks outside of our own in the first round next year. Oreo.
And host Frank Nicotero.
When I look at the clock, I go, ah! Ah!
Oh! Watch Punchlines live at noon every weekday.
All right, back on Race Day Las Vegas for this Friday. Another quick note, want to congratulate trainer Dick Mandela. He will be receiving the Lefit Pai Award, and that award, of course, is he's a Hall of Famer. Mandela is a member of Racing's Hall of Fame since 2001, actually. He's been named the 20th recipient of the Lefit Pai Jr. Award, and he'll be honored in that role at Del Mar on Saturday, August 31st. And that'll be on Pacific Classic Day, by the way. The Pinkai Award, they say, is named for and presented by Lefit Pai Jr., the Hall of Fame rider, and it goes to those who have served the sport of racing with integrity, extraordinarily, and dedication and determination and distinction. So we congratulate Dick Mandela. And I got to tell you, it's really funny that it goes to Dick Mandela, and Lefit Pai will be presenting that award to him on Pacific Classic Day. because it was Dick Mandela who trained the horse that Lefit Pai Jr. broke the world record on back in 1999. His record-setting career victory number 8,834 was aboard Irish Nip on December 10th at Hollywood Park, and it was trained by Dick Mandela. Congratulations to Dick Mandela. And when is somebody in Southern California going to name a race after Lefit Pai? We got an Eddie De La Houssaye, which was a great rider as well. It is a shame in Southern California. Name a good, great stake race after Lefit Pai Jr. Enough said. All right, time to get to our racing menu for today. We remind you that first post times we broadcast on our racing menu each and every day reflect that of the Pacific time zone. So if you're here in Las Vegas and listening here, if you're playing the races here at South Point in the book right behind us, these will be the first post times that roll out in our race books today. If you're listening anywhere else on the multitude of those platforms that we have and you're not in the Pacific time zone, adjust to it, to your time zone from the Pacific time zone so you don't miss anything. I don't want you to miss a chance at making money. I don't want you to miss anything like I miss Mom and Dad. Okay, here we go. Here's the menu for today. We begin with Laurel Park. Laurel Park has 10 races today. Their first post time is 9:25. And as I see here, no carryovers at Laurel Park today. Oh, yes, there is. There's a Pick 6 jackpot carryover, only $619, though. First post time, 9:25 at Laurel for their 10 races. Next comes Belterra Park. Belterra Park has 8 races. Their first post time at Belterra Park is at 9:35. 9:35 at Belterra Park today. Their Super High 5 carryover, $38,172 in the regular Super High 5 carryover at Belterra today. 9:35 first post. Gulfstream Park is next. They've got 9 races at Gulfstream. Pick 6 jackpot carryover there. Their Rainbow Pick 6 jackpot carryover, $172,471. That's a lot of Gitas, no matter how you chop it up, that's for sure. 9 races, first post time at Gulfstream is at 9:55. Then we go further north, up to north of the border at Woodbine. Woodbine has a Pick 6 jackpot carryover, $47,410. $47,410 in the Pick 6 jackpot carryover at Woodbine. Their Super High 5 jackpot carryover stands at $7,117. They have 8 races at Woodbine today in the first post time of 10:05. Don't forget King's Plate is coming up this weekend at Woodbine. All right, then we get to Saratoga. Now, Saratoga has a first post time today of 10:10. We'll get the latest weather report from Jonathan Hardoon there in just a moment. Saratoga's first post time is 10:10. 11 races. Got a couple of stakes races today at Saratoga. The first one comes early. It's the second race. It's the Skidmore Stakes for 2-year-olds on the Mellon Turf Course at 5.5 furlongs. Now, they have already declared that the 7th and 11th races are coming off the turf. So the 7th race will be conducted same distance, only on the main track at 5.5 furlongs. The 11th and final race from the mile and 16th on the turf goes to a mile on the main track. However, the second race, the Skidmore, the favorite, is still one of the 2 stakes races is still on the turf course as we speak. It's the second race. 7 go to the post before scratches. 7-5 favorite is Governor Sam with Tyler Gaffleone. Later on, the 9th race is the Union Avenue Stakes at 6 furlongs for fillies and mares 3-year-olds and up. And in that race, which is scheduled on the main track, by the way, 7 go to the post, and the 6-5 favorite is Lilu with Jose Ortiz. I want to remind everybody that the 8th and 10th races that were scheduled, matter of fact, the 5th, the 8th, and the 10th races that were scheduled for the turf still remain on the turf. So the only 2 turf races that have come off are the 7th and 11th races. First post time at Saratoga is set at 10:10. 10:10 at Saratoga. All right, we continue. Monmouth Park from the shores of New Jersey. 8 races. Their feature races today is the Oceanport Stakes at 1 mile and 16th on their turf course at 3-year-olds and up. 7 go to the post. The favorite there at 2-1 is Big Everest. First post time at Monmouth Park is 11 a.m. 11 a.m. this morning at Monmouth Park. And their first post time again at Monmouth Park is 11 a.m., and I see there are no carryovers there at Monmouth. So we move on. We go to Colonial Downs. Colonial Downs, of course, features a lot of turf racing. They do again today. They have 9 races, 2 dirt races, 7 turf races out of the 9 races on the card. Colonial Downs has a regular pick 6 carryover of $9,612 today. And their first post time at Colonial Downs is set at 1:30 this afternoon at Colonial Downs. All right, next comes Santa Rosa. Santa Rosa, the Northern California Racing Fair circuit, the only Northern California Racing Fair, the only track in Northern California that has a turf course. They have 8 races today. 6 are on the main track. 2 are on the turf. They are the 6th and 8th races. Santa Rosa has a pick 6 carryover. This is a regular pick 6 carryover, $4,936. And they also have a super high 5 carryover of $1,508. Their first post time is 2:15 at Santa Rosa. Penn National. They've got 8 races today. Their first post time is 2:45 at Penn National today. And they have a super high 5 jackpot carryover, $14,679 there today. Then we get to Del Mar. First post time moved up earlier today at Del Mar from 4 p.m. It is now 3 o'clock. 3 p.m. first post at Del Mar. 8 races. Their feature race today is the CTT TOC Stakes. It's the 7th race on the card at 1 mile and 3/8 on the turf for fillies and mares 3-year-olds and up. A field of 8 is now a field of 7. You can scratch number 7, Zerat. Number 7, Zerat, is scratched in the feature race today. And the 4-5 favorite there is Linda's Gift with Tiago Pereira aboard. 8 races today at Del Mar, and a first post time at Del Mar of 3 o'clock this afternoon. All right, then next comes Evangeline Downs. They have 9 races. Their first post time is at 3:30. Following that, let me get this squared away. Following that, Evangeline Downs, 3:30 first post time. Charlestown, 4 o'clock first post there for 9 races. Prairie Meadows, they've got 10 races, 3 quarter horses, 2 of which are stakes races, 7 thoroughbred races. The first 3 will be quarter horses. Their first post time is at 4 p.m. And Emerald Downs has 7 races. Their first post time is 7 p.m. And right here at the South Point tonight, later on in the afternoon and tonight, they will bring in Australian racing that you can bet on here through the American Pool. Australian racing, 4 Aussie tracks tonight here at the South Point if you want to partake. All right, that's the menu for today. Now we go to Jonathan Hardoon standing by. Jonathan, good morning.
Good morning, Ralph. How are you?
Well, I'm getting a little choked up here, but all I can say is that I don't often really think, that the stewards are one way or another all the time. But that race that was not, there wasn't the disqualification in yesterday at Del Mar. They say that their determination when these inquiries happen, did it cost the horse a placing? Well, if you saw the pan camera and you synced it up with the head-on, you saw that these 2 horses were head and head, and then all of a sudden the outside horse dropped back about a head behind the other one, and then re-rallied, and it was just a nose bob, a head bob, and a nose difference at the end, and that bump at that time that caused him to drop back by a head, I think it cost him, obviously, the race.
Well, you would think a bump is going to cost you a nose, and that's what he lost by. So I don't understand it. Was it a unanimous decision, or was it 2-1? Did they say?
Yeah, no, they didn't say that. I have no idea.
Usually they tell you. They say in a majority decision or unanimous decision. I mean, I don't know. What are they doing there?
Well, let me ask you this. Does the opinion change if it wasn't unanimous or not?
No, I'm just curious to know if all 3 are geniuses or only 2 of the 3 are geniuses. I'm just curious.
Well, in any case, they kept the big long shot up as the winner. Kent DeSormo and Tyler Bays both got their first wins at Del Mar this year. And I could tell you that Craig DeLassy is quietly having a hell of a meet, isn't he?
He really is. I think he has 5 or 6 wins already, and not from many starters. And he did a terrific job with that horse cutting back on the grass last night. He got up and won. By the way, their new bet of the triple, whatever it is, raised all. Well, they handled all of $900 and change. So I would say the history of that bet is not going to be long.
The exact pool for that 3x3 bet they call was $953. That was the exact pool. John Lindo sent that to me, and I'm going to ask him his opinion of it. I already know what mine is, but his opinion of it.
And you know what mine is.
and if they had a payoff or not, because I can see a payoff. So if there's not a payoff, nobody had it. Then I would imagine that carried over, that pool carryover.
Yeah, that $938 is going to attract a lot of play today. I'll tell you that much. I don't think
Mother Nature was not a late pick 5 or late pick 6 fan of the players at Saratoga yesterday. That rain came just after, of course, the late pick 5 and certainly the pick 6 started. So the only one that got full price for their bets in the late pool was the pick 4, because the pick 4 hadn't started yet before they took those 2 horses off the turf. Although, if I do believe right, that it was there wasn't much time to re-handicap even when they made that decision.
No, not only that, I think the late pick 5 paid $54 or something because it became an all.
Yeah.
But listen, a lot of times you could blame them. You couldn't blame them yesterday.
No.
That rain came out of nowhere. It came fast and it came hard. It was a beautiful day, Ralph. And all of a sudden, I live about a mile from the track. It started raining, and I texted you, but it wasn't raining at the track yet. And then about 15 minutes later, what was by my house finally made it to the track, and it was coming down in buckets.
Yeah, it was. It came down. It was furious for a while, and then they even held the horses in the paddock for the Rick Violet because there was. They said there was some lightning and thunder in the area, but we got a caution on the safe side. I have no complaints about that. That's for sure, except for the fact it was untimely. No doubt about that.
And they couldn't take that first leg off the turf because they were literally in the paddock on the way to the track, and they were forced to run it on the turf. So I don't know. Maybe most of those horses didn't like the weather, whatever it was. But after that race, the rest of them came off the turf.
I can say that it was kind of fun and nostalgic to see those colors of the Saratoga stable in the winner's circle after a stakes race at Saratoga. Of course, they are very colorful owners, that's for sure. And, of course, they owned Funny Side, a New York bred that won the Kentucky Derby.
Yeah, Funny Side put them on the map, and they've had a lot of success afterwards. No Funny Side yet, but they've had a lot of nice horses. It's a group of old-time owners that have been in the game for a while, and they're good for the game. And when they win up in Saratoga, it's a big deal.
Well, we have some of our chatters checking in on that pick 3, and there's one of them. Daniel just says, "Look, the pick 3s overall at Del Mar are paying low. They're paying like crap," he said. So, I would
what
imagine.
Does that have to do with the triple?
Yeah, I would imagine if he might want to try those 3x3 and see if you can hit that thing. That's for sure. But in any case. Some of our chatters are talking about that and other things at Del Mar. Really.
Until they open it up, Ralph, to other betting places besides being at the track or being at an OTB in Southern California, it really has very little chance of succeeding. They're not going to get any money in the pool. At least if you're inviting in TVG, ExpressBet, the other platforms, well, then maybe the handle will grow. But if it's going to be $900 a day, it will not last.
All right, here. Ira, who I guess has a way of finding out all of this, and this is a chatter, so we didn't double check it to make sure it's right, but this is on the chat, so we'll take him at his word right now. He said the triple tri-handle, $953. He was right there. He said after the 22% takeout, there was $743 left to pay out, and he said they paid out $1.05 for the consolation.
Well, that'll make it a quicker death than they're going to be waiting for.
Now that of course is his calculations.
I believe him. By the way, I believe him, Ralph. I think he's right.
Well, he's right on the handle, that's for sure. So we'll assume that he's probably right on the other things. And, of course, there's a lot of congratulating out there to John Lindo and his suggested late pick 4 that paid $650. But a lot of people, may not have known that he had only 2 horses picked in the last race going into that suggested pick 4. They ran first and second. The second place horse, the last time I saw, was like 16-1 or something on the board. He got beat by a head.
Like 25-1. He got beat ahead, and that's quite a payoff, 5,700.
Yeah, 5,600 and change would have been, but obviously he didn't get there.
And if he would have had the first leg, I wonder what the late pick 5 paid. It must have been big.
Well, let me see. The late pick 5 paid. Let me get the sheet here. Late pick 5. $1,879.25.
Okay.
Late pick 5. That was the one with the favorite, the 4 to 5 shot.
Right.
We don't know what it would have paid with the other one. All right. So what are we doing today? We got anything going?
Yeah, we got Saratoga. By the way, the second race at Saratoga, the 10th running of the Skidmore, you have 3 late scratches in there. So now that stake race is down to a field of 4. They're staying on the grass. The weather is okay. It's overcast, but the sun is breaking through. They should get through today fine, hopefully, with no problem. Tomorrow, there's a chance of rain, obviously, like every other day. But it looks like it may be a good chance of rain. Anyway, the second race today only down.
Hold on a second. I got the latest on the second race at Saratoga. These are the scratches now. Scratch the 3, Governor Sam, the 7 to 5 shot in there. Scratch the 6, Raise the Bar. Right. That was the 9 to 5, and the 7, Soon to Be King. So you've got 3 scratches in there. The 3, 6, and 7, no show, no try, no super.
Field of 4.
Yeah.
Not very good for a stake race. So.
Okay.
Anyway, Ralph, yeah, I'm sorry.
I just wanted to update because you said 2, but now they have 3 in there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, 2 out of the body. The other one was for MTO.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Anyway, first of our 2 radio plays comes in the 8th race today, a mile on the inner turf.
Mm-hmm.
And this is turf only. And from now on, I guess I'll be emphasizing turf only.
Yeah.
I like the number 2 horse in here, Breath Away, a 4-year-old filly from the Christopher Clement barn. Jose Ortiz aboard to ride. She's listed at 9-2 on the morning line. Clement got off to a bit of a slow start. However, over the last 2 racing days, he's won 3 races. This horse breaks from an inside post. Should get a great trip in here. Jose Ortiz aboard, 9-2 on the morning line. I like number 2, Breath Away, to win today's 8th race at Saratoga.
At the moment, this race is still on the turf, but this is for turf only anyhow, in case the rains come or something happens and it comes off the turf. It's not a play, but if it stays on the turf, you like number 2, Breath Away, the 2 horse in the 8th race at Saratoga. What about Del Mar?
Let's go to Del Mar and look at their 8th race as well. And again, I like the number 2 horse in here, Lands Down. A 6-year-old gelding who was claimed out of his last start by trainer Ken Sweezy. Sweezy's looking for his first win at Del Mar. This horse has a race over the track. He was against the track that day. I think this horse is going to run a big one today. 10-1 on the morning line. Number 2, Lands Down, upsets and wins today's 8th and final out at Del Mar.
Well, we know it's 10-1 on the morning line. Let's hope it stays near that price and wins. In the 8th and final race, number 2, Lands Down. Number 2, Lands Down wins hopefully the 8th and final race there at Del Mar, because you're going to be staying up late to watch the race.
I get a half-hour break today. Their post time's at 3 o'clock instead of 4 o'clock, so I guess it's an hour break.
Yeah, an hour.
Better.
Okay, you got it. So that's the 8th race. Remember, full sheets for all of Del Mar and Saratoga for Jonathan Nardoon available at his website.
JONHJRDOON.com.
All right. Now, remember, Jonathan, we go over them stakes races tomorrow on the big stakes race day, okay?
We will be prepared. Thank you, Ralph. Stay safe and be well.
All right. You got it, my man. Coming up next, Rich Eng and, of course, John and Jerry. So don't go away. We got plenty left on this Friday show.
Thank you, buddy.
There are many families that need your help. I'm Mark Wahlberg, and I'm asking you to support the Tunnel to Towers Foundation in their efforts to deliver mortgage-free homes to catastrophically injured service members, Gold Star, and fallen first responders families with young children, as well as eradicating homelessness amongst our veterans.
Everybody knows where the money's going, every single dollar.
God bless you. Please contribute $11 a month to support their efforts by visiting t2t.org.
Hello, I'm Dennis Quaid. For years, Tunnel to Towers has demonstrated a commitment to first responders and military families. They've paid off mortgages and built specially adapted smart homes. Now the foundation is expanding its mission to eradicate veteran homelessness. Please give our veterans a chance to reclaim their dignity by donating at t2t.org.
South Point is also proud to provide a variety of relaxing amenities for the guests who want to be pampered. Soak up the sun and let your stress melt away in our lagoon-style paradise swimming pool. A relaxing getaway where you can bask in the desert sun and enjoy seasonal food and bar service poolside. And if you really want to escape, come to Spa Costa del Sur. From couple suites to a co-ed wet area, our spa caters to business and leisure travelers who want to unwind and elevate their senses. A visit to one of our spa's steam, sauna, or whirlpool treatment rooms will leave any guest feeling like they can take on the world.
All right, back on Race Day Las Vegas. We're going to bring in Rich Eng right now. Richie, good morning.
Hey, good morning, Ralphie. Good morning, viewers. Good morning, listeners.
Richie, you know, you and I, of course, we reside here in Las Vegas, Nevada, so I wanted to give a tip of the hat for a sports team here in Las Vegas. We have our Henderson's Little League World Series, representing our little suburb town here, Henderson, which is right next to Las Vegas proper. Palos Verdes defeated Staten Island's South Shore in the first round of the Little League World Series yesterday. So we go on to play, and of course, the opening game in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. The next game is on Monday. So he made the first round, and our boys, our kids here in Palos Verdes won the very first World Series, a Little League World Series game they were in. So congratulations to them.
That's a great accomplishment for the kids, and I'll have to be rooting for them when the games are out on television, Ralph.
Yeah, Monday. We're going to play on Monday again. Or round
Good.
2, I guess. All right.
Fingers crossed.
Anything happening in the world of the NFL preseason we should know about?
Well, today's a quiet day, but there's going to be a bunch of games on Saturday, so I'll take a look and see if I can come up with a pick or two on the Saturday slate.
Yeah, our Las Vegas Raiders will be playing the Dallas Cowboys here at Allegiant Stadium. It'll be the first time that we ever played the Cowboys since they came to Las Vegas, and they say the preseason tickets are unbelievably high.
Wow, that's tough. I did think of something, Ralph. You asked me if there was anything I saw as far as trends. I did see this statistic and the fact that if you have the sheet with the opening lines, and then you track the line moves, if you bet against the public on the line moves, you would be 10-1. Wow. In other words, the public gone the wrong way on the betting. 10 out of 11 games so far in the exhibition season.
Yeah, and our bookmakers aren't going broke, trust me. All right, time to get started with the pick. Don't forget, Rich Eng's selections for Del Mar today are available right now at the racedaylasvegas.com websites. What do you got for us, Richie, today after that that inquiry that should have went your way yesterday?
Yeah, that was a tough beat as far as being snake bit by the stewards, because usually they take down horses for doing less than that, and didn't get the call. Well, before I give the pick real quick, remember on opening day, I picked a horse called Cornelia Fort, ridden by Kent DeSarmo, and I was really dissatisfied with the ride. I put this horse in my stable mail route. The horse is running on Sunday, Cornelia Fort.
Okay.
Keep an eye on that.
All right.
Let's go to race 2 at Del Mar.
And you'll remind us on Sunday. All right, Del Mar today, quick.
Yeah. Race 2, mile, claiming 25. All drop downs are not created equal. The 1, I Don't Get It's dropping down for Antonio Garcia. It's dropping down for the win, not to get rid of the horse. Mario Caterra's up. Let's go with the 1, I Don't Get It, in race 2.
Well, we hope he gets it. And in the second race, the 1, I Don't Get It, the 1 in the second race, Rich Ang's selection for the race day listeners. And don't forget, first post time is 3 o'clock. Second race should go right around 3:30 Pacific time. Second race, the one. He's got the rest at the racedaylasvegas.com website. So, hey, thanks a lot, Rich. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Hey, thanks, Ralph. Good luck, everybody.
All right, one final break, and then it's on to John and Jerry.
South Point offers all the types of entertainment you'd expect at a first-class Las Vegas resort. Did you know our 400-seat showroom is one of Las Vegas's top destinations for live entertainment? Enjoy live performances by classic Vegas entertainers, bands, and today's hottest comedians, plus a rock and dance floor. You can also enjoy live entertainment at the Grand View Lounge, where you'll feel all the vibes of old Las Vegas. Enjoy the music, and if you love to laugh, don't miss The Dirty at 12:30, our very own free comedy show. Every Friday night at 12:30 a.m. in the Grand View Lounge. The Dirty is 100% free, so arrive early. Go to southpointcasino.com or call the box office at 77136 for today's performances at the showroom and the Grand View Lounge. When you're ready for your favorite cocktail, stop in and unwind at one of our 7 specialty lounges. There's a bar around every corner, because you're in Vegas, baby.
The traditional $2 Pick Six at Los Alamitos is always a great bet. And when there's not a Pick Six carryover on Sunday nights, we'll add $10,000 to the Pick Six pool. Every Sunday night, we'll have either a Pick Six carryover or the 10,000 Pick Six promo, leading to gigantic total pools, like the $286,000 pool on May 19th and over $269,000 on June 8th. The traditional $2 Pick Six. A great bet, a great deal. Always at Los Alamitos.
The Race Day Las Vegas Show, the only exclusive daily local media racing information source in Las Vegas.
Alrighty, back on Race Day Las Vegas. Now we go out to Southern California, where John Lindo is standing by. And John looks like he's feeling much better today. John, good morning.
Good morning, Ralph. Doing fine. How you doing?
All right, my man. Well, I guess I weighed in, and so did Richie weigh in about that non-call in the inquiry. How did you see it?
Yeah, there wasn't a lot of bumping with the margin that tight. You know, I could have gone either way. I think I was a little bit surprised it wasn't taken down, but these days when they go to the storage stands, I just don't know anymore, Ralph.
Yeah, to get out that dice and throw it on the table like you do here in Vegas and try to figure it out. That's for sure. All right, your Lindo report is available right now at the South Point. It's going to be a hot ticket today. Lindo report covering all the races at Del Mar, plus a suggested late pick 4. Available right now here in Las Vegas, only in one place. That's here at the South Point. Free of charge, complimentary, because they love horse players. And congratulations on that late pick 4. Yeah, you got the winner at $650. That was great. But, man, it could have been really boxcars. Your only other selection in the race ran second, beaten ahead. And, boy, were we rooting down the stretch.
I was leaning at the wire there. Couldn't get him home, but we'll take what we got. And 6 of the winners yesterday decided by a nose. So it was a lot of tight racing yesterday at Del Mar.
Yeah, and Trevor was pretty excited by saying, yeah, and another nose goes either way. It wasn't exciting finishes, that's for sure. And hopefully let's try to get some of those finishes in favor of our selections today, because we got a couple of terrible beats yesterday as far as margins of victory and defeat. What are we doing today at Del Mar?
I'm going to do the 4th race, but just you had asked the results of that 3x3. There is a carryover of $742 in there. The consolation payouts, if you had 6 of the 9 correct numbers in that trifectas, you got $1.05. And if you had 5 out of the 9, you got $1.05. So that were the payouts yesterday in the 3x3.
Okay, I could do a lot, but I'm not. So we'll just move on with your selection today.
All right, race 4 today at Del Mar. Number 14, Billy Joe Shaver, draws into the race. And at the scratch time on Wednesday, very subtle change. They put Juan Hernandez on this horse. So you've got the leading rider, a horse that draws in, maybe gets overlooked a little bit from the far outside, and a lot of speed to set him up. 6-1 on the program. I'm hoping number 14, Billy Joe Shaver, catches a fair track and make the last run today, 4th race at Del Mar.
All right, and he because there are 2 scratches already, he's in the field. So the 14, Billy Joe Shaver, which will be coming late for under leading rider Juan Hernandez, is John Lindo's pick, number 14 in the fourth race. Get the rest right now, and that suggested late pick 4 on John Lindo's sheet right here at the South Point, only at the South Point, free of charge, complimentary. Thanks so much, John. We will talk to you tomorrow.
Talk to you in the morning. Good luck today.
All right, John, by the way, real quick, before I let you go, are you doing Saratoga tomorrow?
I've got both the Saratoga sheet and Del Mar for Saturday, yes.
Okay, thank you, my man. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
All right, good luck.
All right, now we go to Jerry Jackowitz standing by. Jerry, good morning.
Hey, good morning, Ralph.
Well, crazy day yesterday at Saratoga. Mother Nature kind of, rained on the parade in the second half, but the first half was good. And I guess there's a lot of late scratches today at Saratoga as well.
It wasn't that bad. I mean, except in the the 7th and the 11th race that were off the turf, which is sort of a shame in my opinion, but
yeah,
that's the way it is.
Okay, so what are we doing then?
Well, we're going to go to the fourth race today for my first play.
Okay.
We're going 6.5 on the main. Larry Ravelli has Toscano in. Horses raced.
Now you said the fourth. Did you say the fourth race at Saratoga?
Yeah. Excuse me, I said the third. It's the third race at Saratoga.
Yeah, okay.
It's the 4 horse in the third race. Sorry. I love the last race where he ran to the lead in the slop and tired. Now turns back to 6.5. So it's my kind of play at 3-1. I'll take the 4 Toscano. Play him over the 1, 2, 3.
All right. Now the one is scratched. Land Dior is scratched, but the other half.
The wine responsibility is running. That's the other half of the entry.
So it's the 1A.
Right.
Okay. So not to confuse people, in case they see a 1 and it's scratched, they may not put it in. So you do know that the 1A is in, represented by number 1 at the toe board. So the 4 over the 1, 2, and 3. 4 over 1, 2, 3, and reverse in the third race today. Not the fourth, the third race at Saratoga.
4 horse in the third race.
4 horse in the third race. And now we will go to Del Mar.
Let's go to the first race. We tried the first race yesterday, right, with the 1 horse, and he got scratched.
Yeah.
So we'll try the 1 horse in the first race again today. Hollywood Penny at 6-1. Jeremy Laprida. It's really a nice looking horse. Two nice turf races. The second one on June 15th was actually a pretty good race from the 10 post. Then he sprinted on the main track. We'll kind of toss that, although it's not a bad sprint. Got the rail. This is a good setup at 6-1. I'll take the 1, make a win place bet here, then play the 1 over the 4-5, do some reverses. The win place bet is my strength here.
All right. In the first race, and again, folks, remember, first race post time today is at 3 p.m., 3 p.m. Pacific time. And in that first race, Jerry likes the 1 Hollywood Penny. He'll hook it up with the numbers 4 and 5 are the link-ups, but the key is the 1 over 4-5 in reverse in the opener at Del Mar. Jerry J's Power Pages for all of Del Mar and all of Saratoga are available right now at jerryjspowerpage.com. When you come on tomorrow, Jerry, along with your selections, I'm going to ask you to take a look at the Alabama and the Lake Placid, which of course is at Saratoga as well, with your sheet, to give an opinion on those 2 races, 2 key races tomorrow at Saratoga. And of course, with Torpedo Anna now going into the Travers against the boys, it seems that the Alabama might be a little bit more of an open race.
Yeah, no, it's great that she's going to go to the Travers. I don't think she'll do that well in it, but I could be wrong. But it really opens up the Alabamas to become potentially a good betting race, where before it would have been just she would have been.
Well, the new big favorite in the Alabama, of course, is Candide. She's been installed a 7-5 favorite in there, but I think that maybe her at 7-5 might be a little easier to beat with the rest of the race horses in there than it would have been Torpedo Anna. So we'll wait and see about that.
For sure.
All right. Well, I want to remind everybody that we will be back tomorrow at our usual start time, God willing, creek don't rise, at 7 a.m. In the meantime, I want to thank all the chatters. You guys were chatting away today. Good stuff. We'll try to get a little bit more chatters on when we can on lighter days. But right now, we're all packed up, and only one more thing to say. Jerry's going to say it.
Have a great race day, everybody.